on the lateral side. Just one exception. This most lateral muscle, we're going to name it brachioradialis. Brachioradialis. Next to it, I apply the rule one more time. Flexor carpi radialis. Flexor carpi radialis. Okay? Excuse me. Make this the brachioradialis. Make this the flexor carpi radialis. This is the brachioradialis. This is the flexor carpi radialis. Quite clear. And then, this is the carpal band. You remember the carpal tunnel syndrome? I have one single tendon runs anterior to it, which is that one. This is a long tendon. So that muscle, we're going to name it palmaris longus. Palmaris longus. Deep to it, I have muscles ending in tendons going to the digits. So their names are going to be, they do still flexion. So I have one superficial, and they are going to end in the digits. So it's called flexor digitorum as the end in the digits, superficialis, more superficial. These are the tendons of this muscle. Flexor digitorum, the end in the digits, superficialis. If I remove these tendons, I have another deep one. We call it flexor digitorum profundus, deep to it. If I go to the back, we do extension. From the front is extension like that, and the back like this. So on the most medial side, where is the pinky? This side. So that muscle, extensor carpi ulnaris. Extensor, it makes extension. Carpi, it ends in carpal bones. Ulnaris, because it's most medial. Most lateral, going to the thumb. Could be this one. Extensor carpi radialis. This one. Extensor carpi radialis. You may have other names, extensor hallucis, extensor pollicis longus. Forget about all these names. Details, you're not asked. Like, for example, on the front of the forearm, I have 12 muscles, 7 superficial and 5 deep. You are asked only about just 5 of them. On the back, we have 8 muscles. You are asked about 3 of them. Okay? Most medial, extensor carpi ulnaris. Most lateral, extensor carpi radialis, and I have just one running to the digits, extensor digitorum. I have no superficialis, no profundus, just one, which is extensor digitorum. Let's go to the lower extremity. We do divide the thigh into an anterior groove, a medial groove, and a posterior groove. What are these groups? Let's start with the front of thigh. Front of thigh have 4 big muscles. All are named quadriceps. Quadr means 4 in Latin. They all make extension of the knee and the flexion of the hip. So you may name these muscles as knee extensors or hip flexors or quadriceps. What are these? The largest, most anterior, this is the rectus femoris. You have to give me the full name because we have another rectus in the abdomen. So here is rectus femoris. If I remove it. Okay, let me name nearby muscles and then we remove it stepwise. So here is rectus femoris. Medial to it, vastus medialis. Lateral to it, vastus lateralis. Deep to the 3 of them, I have vastus intermedius. Again, rectus femoris, vastus medialis, vastus lateralis, vastus intermedius. And I have the longest muscle all over your body, which is this one, sartorius. Sartorius. Okay? I still have one on the side of the front of thigh. As you see, it's made of fascia all together. Yeah, and that's why it has a very small flesh area. We name this one as tensor fascia lata. Tensor fascia lata. If you go to the medial side of thigh, the most prominent one, which is the largest, gracilis. This one, gracilis. And then I have adductor longus, adductor magnus, and adductor brevis. Those are the side muscles. They all make adduction. This is abduction, this is adduction. And that's why their names could be adductors. How many they are? Gracilis, adductor longus, adductor magnus, adductor brevis. Now we left with the back of thigh muscles. There are three in one group called hamstring muscles. What are these three? Lateral, this is the biceps femoris. We have biceps in your upper arm, biceps brachii, but here is biceps femoris. Medial to it, I have two muscles hugging each other. The most superficial, as you see, most of it is a tendon, and that's why it's called semitendinosus. Deep to it, most of it is a membrane, and it's called semimembranosus. Leg muscles. We have this big muscle with two heads, gastrocnemius. Deep to it, I have this muscle, soleus. The two unite to give us this big tendon, or the heel tendon, or tendo Achilles, or Achilles tendon. Anterior group, I'd like you guys to know just only tibialis anterior muscle, which is this one. Tibialis anterior muscle. This finishes all muscles.